greetings and happy Halloween. My name is Deadeye and I come from Tristram. If you're looking for Diablo, well, you're playing the wrong game. In all honesty, it's been a little while since we've had a chat, but I finally have something to show you. So, take a seat, get comfortable, stay a while, and listen. Before we begin, why is this showcase using a 4-link when you clearly have a 5-link?
Alright, listen, asshole. I didn't have you on here so you could question my masochistic bullshit, so if you could just get on with the video, please, that would be great.
Somebody's a little testy today. Very well. This is a Deadeye build, focusing on crit, poison, and bleed. Using the powerful precision ascendancy, drill deck, and the pierce nodes on the skill tree, the character effectively has 100% pierce chance for the entire screen. This opens up a skill gem slot for other use. Using that pierce chance with the Slivertongue bow makes for a guaranteed bleed every shot. The increased pierce chance also gives us an extra 100% increased critical strike chance outright. On top of that, we use the Rupture node to gain even more crit chance and multiplier against bleeding enemies, meaning every shot after the first will get a large jump in damage. To further improve the damage, snakebites are used with Blood Rage for AoE and Frenzy for single target. With 4 Frenzy charges up, we stack poison onto enemies with Barrage to melt them down. For AoE, we use Tornado Shot. The poison and bleed mechanics together allow us to massacre mobs up to tier 16 maps with only added chaos as a damage gem. On top of that, we get the Far Shot Ascendancy node. This makes it so that even though we are pushing enemies away with a knockback from our bow and barrage, they still take almost as much damage even though they're getting hit by less projectiles. The final ascendancy node that we get is Endless Munitions. This node gives us an extra arrow, which augments our single target damage greatly, and also increases our clear speed with Tornado Shot considerably. It also gives us a good chunk of accuracy, which is integral for any crit build. Our AoE links are Tornado Shot, added chaos damage, greater multiple projectiles, and power charge on critical strike. That's right, we only have one real added damage. The rest of it actually either reduces our damage or does nothing to it. But that's just enough to clear everything in the game. The single target setup is Barrage, added chaos damage, increased critical strikes, and slower projectiles. For our 5th and 6th link in our single target setup, I would either use Void Manipulation and faster attacks, or Void Manipulation and faster projectiles. For our AoE links, I would add on Void Manipulation and slower projectiles. Offensively, on the skill tree, you want to grab as much crit and crit multiplier as you can. On top of that, you'll want projectile damage, physical damage, and chaos damage. Defensively on the skill tree, we want to stack as much life and evasion as possible. With the Grace Aura up, the character has about 16,000 evasion at level 88. Blasphemy and Enfeeble is also utilized. With the Acrobatics nodes, the Enfeeble Aura, and the stacking evasion, most enemies will not be able to hit the character at all. The ones that do have to go through 2 multiplicative decreases to damage through Kintsugi and Enfeeble. This makes most heavy-hitting enemies not kill us in one shot, even though we only have 4,800 HP. The build with a 4-link setups costs just under 25 chaos, and it has downed 2 of the 4 tier 16 guardians so far. Why it hasn't downed the other 2, I'm not quite sure.
Why do you have to call me didn't you die to butterflies or some shit? So I haven't been able to play this league as much as I would like. On top of that, when I did get around to playing, I don't have really enough currency yet to be able to do the other two Guardians. I do think they will be more difficult than the two we saw here because of their immunities. One is immune to poison, the other is immune to both poison and bleed. Though I do think they're doable, I think they're just gonna take longer. I did die 3 times to the Minotaur. The Phoenix was deathless, but the Minotaur, one time I think maybe I just got hit and I died. The other two I kind of just stood around when I shouldn't have, and I paid the price. So I don't know if the other two would be deathless, but this is also my first time ever doing these fights in this league on any character, so given and on a 4-link, I don't think it went that bad. The most difficult thing that I've actually done on this character is at Ziri, and at first that doesn't sound very great, but it's because of the split phase. Now, we have a 100% Pierce chance just from our skill tree, so it's not like we can take out the Pierce gem, and I don't really want to respec every time I try to do it Ziri, so you have to be really careful to not shoot through and hit her mirror, or you're gonna kill yourself. Now, that's problematic, and because of that, I don't tend to do it that often. Although normal at Ziri is pretty easy, I wouldn't try Uber at Ziri because of that reason. You probably can do it, I honestly wouldn't use this build for that. For everything else I've done in this game, it's been splendid. Uber Lab is so easy to farm with this build with full keys. I haven't really had a problem with any setup yet. The tier 16 maps, some of them are down. Tier 15 is easy. It's honestly really powerful for what it is. And everything I've done so far has been on a 4-link setup. I actually took out Void Manipulation because I wanted to see how far I could go on just a 4-link. And I've done all of this stuff, and it's been not very difficult, to be honest. It's not especially quick, like it's not slow. It's not Blade Vortex Pathfinder, but it holds its own, and if you put better links and better gear into it, it's gonna clear really quickly. And that pretty much concludes the build guide. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Hey, so that concludes the build video. It's shorter this time, you'll notice. It's no longer 15 minutes long. I don't think anybody wants to watch a 15-minute video, so I did the build guide during the footage, and I also sped up the footage because you got to see what you needed to see. I know I've been away for a while. I said I was going to post more often when I got back, and then I was gone for 2 months, but that's probably going to be consistent. I don't want to make promises I can't keep. I don't know when I'm going to be able to post. Things have come up. My time is a lot more limited than it was back then. So I want to post, and I will post, but I'm not sure. I don't want to set up a schedule. I don't want to lie to you, so I'm not going to. When I have something to share, I'll share it. I'm not going to make a video for the sake of making a video. I'm not going to make a video of failed builds or anything like that. Only if something I think will be useful to the community, I'll post it. Otherwise, I won't. I will, that being said, be posting a video of the other two Guardians if I do get around to doing them with this build, though it'll be a small 2-minute, just quick rundown. I'm not going to make any huge updates or anything, as well as if I try the Shaper. But that's about it for this build. If you have any questions, again, please ask. I'll try my best to get back to you, and I'm pretty good at it for the first little while, but I do fall behind because there's a lot of questions and there's a lot of you. So if I don't get back to you in a timely fashion, I do apologize. That's pretty much it. If you enjoyed, please stay tuned, though again, I don't know when the next one's coming out, but it'll be sometime, so there's that. And yeah, happy Halloween. Hope you guys have a good one.